Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my dolly sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Well, what's on the television then? Looks like a penguin. Well, what's on the television then? Looks like a penguin. Well, what's on the television then? Looks like a penguin.
That might look like a penguin, but it's just Susie Q96. It is I. 126 likes? Huh? I've never had 126 likes in my life, except maybe on the Devil Made Me Do It sub thing that I did like 2-3 years ago. Everybody liked me that night because I was giving away lots of stuff, but they didn't stay. Hi, Annette. Hi, James. William, I was so tickled to see you in the race the other night that you won a prize. I was so happy. That was a wild thing. That fundraiser race. That was like one of the coolest things in my whole life, I think. I don't know where you got 126 likes, because I only got 6, and one of them's from me. So that's pretty bad when you gotta like your own video to. I don't think it even counts if I count my own liking of my own video. I don't think they add that in. But anyway, we're here tonight. As y'all know, I don't have any way to go get quarters or anything, so we're gonna play with what we got here at the house. I found this plastic bag in my car full of pennies, and I think they're all wheat pennies, but I don't know where they came from. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to play with tonight, is this little bag full of pennies, because like I said, I don't know where they came from. I found them as I was cleaning my car. Smouse house, my goodness, there's a stranger in a strange land. I haven't seen Smouse for a long time. Happy to see you. So anyway, I got kind of a weird show planned tonight. We're mostly going to be dealing with pennies. I've got this little bag that I found, but I've got a bunch of 82 and 83, or that's what it says on the container. I don't know if that's what's really in there either. So tonight we mostly just going to play with pennies and read some things about pennies and that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about this chain, although I should probably save this for Wednesday night. This is a chain I found metal detecting a while back. And I so hoped it was gold because it didn't stick to a magnet and any of that stuff. Then I could see writing on the catch there. But when I finally got down to it, it wasn't like 10K. What it finally, it made me read a whole lot of stuff to find out what this was. And I finally was able to get enough light and enough angle on it to figure out what that says. And actually, what it is, I got it upside down. I was so hoping it was gold because that just would have made me real happy. But what it actually is, it has a little bit of gold to it, but oh, come on, get under the dadgum thing. There it is. What it actually turned out to say is that it is 1/20th 10-karat gold filled. All that written on that little bitty thing right there. So it's not something I can sell, for the move, but it's a nice chain, and I will find a charm of some sort to put on it because it's a long one. I think it's either a 22 or a 24. But I have another one over there to look at, but I'm not going to look at it till Wednesday. But I did finally figure out what that one was. These are things that I found detecting, and I don't know. They ended up just staying in my car. Well, I went out to my car to look for something, and I found all these funny objects. I'm just going to slide one under here for right now. We'll start with it in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the phenomenal thing that people from both the coin community and the detecting community did for me Friday night. And I didn't know it was coming. I mean, I had heard talk about it, but then Thursday, I had surgery on my good eye, which meant I couldn't see diddly squat. Hi, easy coins. So I couldn't see much of anything. I had I have a tumor in my right eye, for those who don't know. Well, it's a little more complicated than a tumor. I have a very rare autoimmune disorder called IgG4-ROD, and the ROD has to do with it being in my eye, being an optic disease. But there's no cure for it, and because it went on so long, because it was misdiagnosed, the tumorous part of it wrapped around my optic nerve and has attached to my brain. At least it found I had one behind my eye. And if they try to do surgery on it, they would probably either blind or paralyze me. So they have to go a different route. And so I have to go to Michigan because there's only 3 places that really work with that disease. And in the interim, we're trying to do all the things that need to be done to prepare for it. And one of them was to get the cataract off my good eye so that I could have the best possible vision going into this. And hi, Adam. Oh, thank you. So anyway, this crazy bunch of fools that I'm like now absolutely convinced are the coolest people on the planet. One of them being Adam J, who just came in. Also, my longtime detecting buddy, um, Florida Metal Detecting. Y'all remember when I accidentally ripped my Florida Metal Detecting shirt and I cried because I love that shirt so much. Well, he sent me a new shirt, and then we had Mrs. RC, and it all happened over on Million Dollar Meg's channel, and there was a bunch of other people involved that donated prizes. Happy Chappy was the part of it, and his brother, and I can't think of the guys. I feel bad when I can't remember somebody's name. Hillbilly. I had a list of all the people, and I can't find it. And of course, Sir Benji, and there was a whole bunch of people in the background, and that set this big race up. And they started out, I think they had 16 prizes, but more people kept donating prizes, and I really liked how they did that race. There, yeah, I meant Adam. Remember, I still can't see out of one eye. Give me a break. They're gonna poke the other one later, but for right now, yes, I meant Adam. But you and a whole bunch of other people were also involved in putting all the prizes together and the race. And the coolest thing I liked about that race is I have seen so many of these fundraising races where you got one entry in one race for like a $10 donation or something. And this was awesome because you made a $4 donation and you got in every race. Well, that made people feel like, okay, I can afford to be involved in this. I can, with my little $4. And we did have people in there that won that had one $4 donation entry, and that was it. And we had others that said, well, gee, if it's only $4, I can afford to do 4 or 5 or whatever. When I went in, I truly, I mean, I was overwhelmed that they were even doing this thing for me. But I've seen how these things play out before, and I would have been happy with $50 because it all helps getting me moved to get my eyes and everything taken care of. And what they raised was just an incredible amount. It was almost $2,000, which means the move itself, as far as like the truck and the gas and that kind of stuff, I no longer have to sweat. Am I going to have enough money when I get the call from Michigan saying your unit is ready, you need to come? I will be able to just pay the guys, put the stuff in the truck, and I will be able to get there. And I do not have to sit here every day and worry that I'm not going to be able to get there. This incredible group of people made it have made it possible for me to now breathe easier. And one of the things that the doctors have been telling me is that my autoimmune disorders are aggravated by stress. So this fabulous group of people lifted all that stress off me. So I don't have to worry about that. I did get an update today. She's still, the lady at the housing is still updating the list, but I did move today from number 11 on the list to number 9 on the list, so I am moving up the list. And so I was told right now I'm number 9, check back next week. Or if I move up way quicker than that, she will give me a call. But right now I'm in the top 10, baby. I'm finally getting closer and closer to the University of Michigan where they can start treating this mess. So I don't even know how to thank everybody that was involved. All the people that came in and made donations, everybody that donated the prizes, the people that were in the background keeping the money donations going into the right directions. I do not know how Adam was keeping track of everything. I'm sure he must have had one heck of a spreadsheet going because I'd have been lost after about the third one. And I heard somebody on their show that was in there on Friday night. I heard somebody on their show later on the weekend saying they went in thinking it was going to last maybe an hour or two. Well, this thing started at 7, and I know it was after midnight, and it was still going. And I was sitting here holding my head. I did not want to miss any of it. And they kept telling me, go lay down, go to sleep, go rest your eyes. And I'm like, I can't. I was so excited and so overwhelmed by the kindness because those of you who have been with me through the long haul on my sickness know that a couple of channels went out there and said I was making it all up. I wasn't really sick. Yeah, I was just doing it to try to get money. And even when my niece went into the intensive care unit at the hospital in Roanoke, Virginia, and showed people on her iPhone, here's my Aunt Susie in intensive care. They still were doing that. And it was really hard on me because I thought, how can you be so hateful to somebody in an intensive care unit? Yeah, and as this thing stretched out, and I had to wait and wait and wait, and try and get the money and try to do all the things involved, and pray the whole time that um, the disease, we could keep the disease under control enough that when I got there, they'd still be able to do something for it. And I wasn't sure that was going to happen, but now I'm quite sure that's going to happen. Now, I don't want to take away from anything this group did, but I do also want to throw in at the very beginning, there was a fundraiser that got started by the late archaeology Mikey, who went over and told the coin crew about it, and the coin crew raised $1,000 right off the bat. And so that was like the first part of the fundraising thing for getting me to where I could get some help. And then I also have my rock and roll family, and there was a GoFundMe started by Question Mark of Question Mark and the Mysterians, who, for you younger people, were a 60s band who had a #1 hit record called 96 Tears, and I work with them. And they are in Michigan, by the way, so they are part of my backup people that will be helping take care of me while I'm up there. And then everything just kind of fell into the waiting zone. And in the course of the waiting zone, trying to get back to the top of the housing list, prices on a lot of things went up. So we thought we had the money, and then we sat down and started adding up what's it going to take to do this and this and this and this, and the deposit on this is X, and the payment on this is Y. And we realized we were about $1,500 short. And the last thing you want to do is get right in the middle of one of those moves and run out of money, or you're halfway there and you break down, and you got to wait until the next day for U-Haul to bring a truck, and then you got to move all the stuff into the other truck. That's happened to me before. And in the meantime, you got nowhere to stay because you didn't plan for a hotel room, because this is only a 9.5, 10-hour drive. So we didn't plan things like that in there. We did not plan in for the gap in my insurance. It's not supposed to be a long gap, but there could be a gap of 15 to 30 days, and I could have to, in the meantime, pay for medications out of my pocket. I'm going to try and make sure when I leave here I have all my meds filled in advance, but you got to cover stuff like that, and you don't think about it at the time. You don't think about it till it's in your face, and you're like, "Ruh-roh, Scooby." So when that came up, then this event came up, and it was unbelievable. I simply could not fathom them raising anywhere close to the amount of money they raised. And all day today, I was just thinking, how much lighter I feel not having to worry about that kind of thing. Oh, let me put that up, Adam. There. Let everybody know. Adam on Saturday will be running the giant spreadsheet for the Wounded Warrior Project benefit, and I think they've got almost 200 items so far. So that's pretty phenomenal. That's going to be a chore. I mean, they didn't have nearly that many items in mine, but there was still a lot more. And the thing was, he's trying to do this thing, and people are donating more items. So he's trying to get them in there while the event is actually running. And that, I'd have been lost after about the fifth one. I swear I would have. I'd have been so lost. And then the other thing that was kind of cool was people were donating things back into, because there were all these different races that were going on, and they would donate them back in to a race for everybody that was in the chat. So people that did not have the ability to make a donation at that time still had the opportunity to win a prize. Well, I won a prize in my own chat race. I thought that was pretty awesome. Uh, I think that's a first. I don't think I've ever won a prize in my own, you know, in something that was being done for me. But I won uh, an ounce of silver, which was really cool, and I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna keep it as a memento of that event. Just I don't want to forget that event. That event was so cool. So everybody that's in here that was a participant or one of the workers in that event, that was really a life changer for me. I really, really appreciate it. Send. Whose channel link are we looking for? Oh, Can. Oh, thank you, Florida. Yeah, I got something I got to get sent out. I didn't get it done today. And then I got to tell you all the icing on my cake, because I'm going to worry about money and everything on this trip until I'm actually in the place, because like there's still a couple things I got to do. I got to take my cat to the vet, and I got to get him recertified as an emotional support animal. And that crap you see on the internet, that is a ripoff. That is not how you do an emotional support animal. That actually has to be done through your primary care physician, and you have to get this letter from your primary that explains why you need to have an emotional support animal, and you have to renew it every year. So there's a lot of people making money off others by doing this 25 or 35 or $45 certification bull that really your doctor can do it for free. But I got to go get that done, and I got to pay for the transportation to get there and do that. I just got a few more things that I'm going to worry about till I get them done. And so one of the things I've been doing, and a lot of hi Mandy, how you doing, honey? One of the things I've been doing is, for over 50 years, I have collected 45 RPM records, and I probably have over 2,000 of them. Well, I don't listen to them anymore, and most of the songs, if I really want to hear the songs, I can find them online. So about a month ago, I decided I was going to start selling these records, because there's a bunch of them and it's going to be a pain to move them. I've moved them several times. And the first one I posted, I made a joke with one of my friends. I said, I'm going to put an outrageous price on this. I said, I can always come back in later and lower it. And so I put that record up there, and it sold for my asking price within an hour. And it was like close to $200. Of course, by the time eBay gets done taking their slice out of the pie, it's not that much. But I was just flabbergasted. So Then I got my eye operated on. I couldn't see to do anymore, but I had looked a few more of them up. So last night I put one up that I figured was going to be a about a $75 record because I used to know my prices pretty well, but I haven't really looked at it since 2014 or so. And so I put this one up, and I told my friend, my same friend, I said, I'm really going to put this price up high just to see what happens. Because you can always drop them back down. And I put it up there, and it sold for my asking price within an hour. And it was almost $300. So then there's a couple that I sold for like $5 or $10. So in the last month, I have made over $500 selling records. And the good thing, I mean, I don't have that many that are going to be like that. Most of them are going to be like 99 centers, yeah, realistically. But the fact that I had any that were worth that much money. And so I've kind of started a second fund because my car is dead, and I can't. I'm not taking it to Michigan. It's got a blown head gasket and almost 250,000 miles, and I got a guy that'll give me some money for it for junk, for parts. So I'm not going to have a car when I get up there. So I decided that any money from the records is going in a different fund, and that's going to be my car fund, because I'm not going to ask anybody to buy me a car. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. But I have another friend that lives over in Nashville who has a record collection similar to mine, and he's been very sick. I mean, he's had it worse than me. He had a couple of strokes, and they didn't find him. He laid on the floor in his apartment for 3 days. And his insurance apparently isn't as good as mine. And so from one of those records, I'm sending a donation. They have a collection going for him. So I think from the records, I'm going to put part of it in a car fund, and the rest of it's going to go to help pay some of his medical expenses. But it also gave him a good idea because he's got almost as many records as I do, and has some of the same obscure ones that I do. So hopefully, I have given him a way to help pay for his medical expenses because he can no longer work. And he's a pretty famous rock and roll drummer for a long time. And all of a sudden they tell you can't work anymore. And then the next thing we know, he's had a couple strokes, and he's doing real good now by comparison, but he's got a buttload of medical bills and some worse health conditions than I do. So that's what I'm planning on doing with some of that, is to try to help him a little. And I will stop by what Adam's got going Saturday and see if there's anything in there I can afford. And if there's not, I'll throw a little postage from that record sale, because that most money that just fell out of the sky. That just totally fell out of the freaking sky. I don't know if I have any more that are that valuable or not, but uh, that I feel I should share the wealth on, because that's just, you know, a very different thing. And now that I have pretty much enough to cover what I need to do, feel like I need to pay it forward a little bit. Um, anyway, I got these pennies. I don't know where they came from. I found them in a baggie in my car. But we're gonna look and see what we got tonight. And I have no actual clue. I will try to look them up in the book, but my eyes are doing real good. I still have one little blurry place up in the corner, but for the most part, I can see really well out of it. We may have to switch uh, the left lens in my glasses because my eyesight is better than it was. That's a nice thing to hear, isn't it? My eyesight was better. Yeah. Okay, what are we looking at here? We got us a 1942D. Let's see what this is the 2021 Red Book. I need to get a new one, but not right now. Not something I'm gonna worry about. 1942 D. Okay, there were 206,698,000 of them made. That's a lot. In good condition, it's worth 15 cents. Very good, 18 cents. Let's skip on up to the high end. Excuse me, my sinuses are running. AU, I can't read. AU 50, it's worth $3. So, no, I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, $3. So, it's not an awful penny. It's worth more than a penny. Hi, Arnie. Hi, Mike. How are you? So, that one could be in the range between 3 cents. No, 15 cents up to $3. So that's not an awful penny to find in your car. Let's see what this one is. It looks like the whole bag is wheat pennies, but I have no idea where they came from, how they got in my car. There's a 56D. We're not even looking at errors or anything like that. I'm just checking these out a little bit. Let's see. 1,000,000. My lighting is not very good, and my eye's not very good either. 1,098,000. No. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them. 1,098,201,100. So, yeah, whatever. Ranging in price from 10 cents to 30 cents. So, not a particularly high dollar job there, but it's still a wheat penny. Oh, yeah, I remember you said you had to go to the oncologist. I got to go to, where am I going this week? Thursday, I got to go, 52S. I got to go for the checkup on my eye surgery. And then next week, I got to go for an overnight stay where they're going to go in and look at my Watchman heart valve and make sure that that's properly healed as it is supposed to, and that they can then take me off the blood thinners, which is the next step that has to happen to work on my IgG4 when I get to Michigan. So, what do I got here? 52S. 51, 51S, 52S. 137,804,000. Low end worth 15 cents. High end worth about $2. I was hoping for a little more on that one, but if you add up $2 here and $3 there and so on and so on, it all adds up. It's like somebody said, why am I selling the 99-cent records? And I said, because it gets people to go in my store and then they see the more expensive records. And I don't want to carry them all with me. I'm tired of carrying that stuff around. 48D. 47, 48, 48D. 172,637,500 and something my eye doesn't want to read. Ranging in price from $10 to 80 cents. Unless, of course, you find something with an interesting error or something. Plain old fody faux. Ranging in price from 10 cents to $5. Yeah, I have no, like I said, I have no idea where these pennies came from. There's a 54S. Like I said, they're all wheat pennies, and they were in a little Ziploc bag. I'm thinking they might have been something that someone sent, that I won or someone sent me. And when I was at the post office box, I took them out of the envelope, and they never made it into the house because I found them on the floor of my front seat. Who knows how long they've been there. But I'm always glad to find stuff like this. That's another part of the move, is when I get moved, I will be able to put my coin and detecting area and my broadcast area in a different configuration. I have things that I'm not getting to use yet. I do have the new computer. I was able to find a video on YouTube that allowed me to fix my broken camera that wouldn't focus. So I now have two cameras and a microscope. I have one decent tripod. I have one of those circle lights. So I have slowly had things put into when I get ready to set all this up, and I will be able to run real software instead of just StreamYard, which means I'll be able to have the games and all that good doobie doo. Okay, 1954S. Very fine 20 is 10 cents, and you go up the scale, and the MS-63 is a whopping 50 cents. So, again, nothing of great value, but it is what it is. I'll figure it all out. 1936. And of course, none of these have been in any spectacular shape, but they all have some value. Okay, this one from G4 at 15 cents to AU50 at $3. Now, bear in mind, I've got a 2-year-old book. That's the other thing. So these are just estimates of values. 42. Whoop, flip. 1948. Ranging from 10 cents to 85 cents to MS-65 can go a little higher than that, up to $2. So there we go. I got about 10 more of these, and then I'm going to tell you about our next contest. 46. Yeah, we got another contest coming up. And I've got a little, I think I might use that race thing because I stink at auctions. Hi, Silver Slinky. Because I have some prizes here that didn't get into that other thing, including one of the pinpointers, a Benji, 1953, I think it's $5 Mexican coin. I got a couple German coins. I got some other stuff here that didn't make it into what went on the other night. And I think the small amount of those items that there are, I think I can do it if I do it the same way that they did, because it's easy, much easier to keep track of than the way I've seen them done in the past. And I'm not like good with that stuff. Anybody that's ever been in here when I tried to auction off my jewelry knows I just stink at that kind of thing. Okay, this 1946 ranges from 10 cents to $2, depending on condition, of course. 52D. But I mean, these are coins you can find in your change from the grocery store. It's not like you got to go out and spend a bunch of money to get them. These are just things you can pick out of your Grandpa's poker money or that kind of stuff. 52D. Ranging from 10 cents to $2. That seems to be the general going rate as it was in 2021. I don't have a new book. 49S. Ranging from 25 cents to $4. That one's got a little more value to it. Turn the page. 57. Ranging from 10 cents to $1 unless you find a proof. If you find a proof, it's worth $10. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd like to find a $10 penny. 50-40. Okay. Oops. Come on, eye focus. Okay, 10 cents to $1. 56. I'm struggling a little with my eye here. 10 cents to $1 unless you find a proof, and then you're looking at $10. That'd be fun. I got about 5 more to go, and then we'll talk about the new contest that I will be putting the video up, the comment video up for tomorrow. Some of y'all will remember the other night I started to tell you about it, and I dropped the container and spilled the money all over the floor. So I had to get my aide to pick it all up and put it in a different container. So we will be discussing that in just a minute or two. Looking for the 49S. Very fine. 20 is worth 25 cents. And that goes on up to $4 for an MS-65. So that one's got a little bit of value. And like I keep emphasizing, this is not a new book. I have not gotten a new book in a couple of years. I got an old book not too long ago. I found a 1965 red book at the thrift store, which I thought would be very interesting because that's the first year that the coins started getting away from being silver. So we may look up some coins and see how much the values changed when that happened. 52S. This goes from 15 cents up to $4, depending upon condition and all that good doodah. I got 4 to go. But yeah, I don't know where these came from. like I said, I'm guessing someone sent them to me, and they fell out of a package in my car and just lived there for a long time. Oh, move this keyboard out of the way before I disconnect myself. Trying to get to the light. 52. $10 up to $3 for an MS-65. If you can find a proof 65, it's worth $50. Wouldn't that be a dandy find to pull out of your grocery change? So I got two more. 53S. That's me. I am a 53S. Well, I was born in 53 and my name starts with S. 10 cents up to $2. And 42D. And I learned one thing when I bought this book in 2021, and that was don't cheap out and buy the paperback with the spiral ring because the pages fall out. So this time, the next time I get one, it'll be another hardbound copy because I don't like that my pages are falling out. 42D. Oh, and then I did a video earlier, but for those of you who didn't see it, I'll have to tell you about it. But M's cat toys are lost. Amazon sent them to the wrong address. They sent them out to the last person that won a gift that I sent through Amazon, through a WUU, and I cannot, there's nothing on that person's page that gives an email or anything that how I can find them. So he's going to walk around his house and find a catnip banana. Mikey used to order them for M3. About every 3 months, he'd wear one out. Well, yesterday I ran over M3's catnip mouse with my walker, and it got caught in the wheel and it ripped it open. So I went to order him a new one and I messed it up. Okay, this one ranges in value from 15 cents up to $2. And here's the last one. Another 53, but this is a 53D. So D. From 10 cents to $1. It's still, none of that's horrible. They're all worth more than a penny at 2021 prices. And of course, we know that the price of copper went up. So there's a little bit of value there. And like I said, they're all Wheaties. I need to go through my albums and make sure I have all those in the book. But yeah, I found those in my car, and last week I found them in my car the last time it ran, and I've been out there a little bit, not in the last couple of days, but in the last week before I went and got my eye worked on. I went out there because I was trying to get everything out of the car so I can sell it, because I know the lady in the office is probably not happy I have that dead car sitting out there. So that was our little fun. I feel when I do this, sometimes I feel like Sheldon and Amy on The Big Bang Theory doing fun with flags, because I'm just doing these little things, but I can't get to the bank right now, so there's not much I can do to do my coin show until I can get back to the bank. Then I have this tub, and I'm not sure it is actually what it says it is. Yep, I have a tub of 82 and 83 unsorted pennies, but I don't think I'm going to do them tonight. But what we're going to do with these, we still need to go through them and pick the 83s out. They need to be looked at separately. And the 82s, we have to weigh to determine, or by other means, determine whether or not they are copper or zinc. But let's see if I can do this. Now, this is just an unofficial preview. And then tomorrow I will be making a video, a comment video. Uh-oh, my camera got unplugged. Oh, no. Shit. Pardon my language if you can hear me, but I just got a thing saying my camera got unplugged. And I can't get to where it is. I don't know which camera is unplugged. And now I've moved my mouse. Click the camera button. All right, I think it's back on now. And my camera got bumped. I was trying to move things around, find the other camera so I could show you this. So I'll just have to do it this way and hope I don't. But what our next contest is going to be, and I don't have hang on, let me make sure I have sound and everything. Check. Yeah, I should have sound. Y'all let me know if I have sound, please. Please bear with me. I did just have eye surgery done. And anyway, the last one we guessed how much trash I had pulled out of my metal detecting bags that I was sorting out. Now, this time we have the clad. Thank you, James. Much appreciated. So, the next contest, which I will put the video up for tomorrow as far as the comment video, and the comments will run until the end of the month. And we will be giving away either a pinpointer or a Benji, depending upon who wins. If a coin person wins, they may not really want to have a pinpointer. They may rather want to have a coin. So anyway, let me switch cameras here. And I'm going to have to hand hold this. So come on. Let's get to the other camera. Alright, let me see here. Oops. I'm trying not to put me on the camera, so I'm probably going to do it anyway, just because I don't want to. Where's the side with the lens? There it is. Okay. So what I have is this jar. This is all denominations of clad that came out of these plastic bags. I will have better pictures in the actual video from all different sizes, sides, and angles. But what we're going to be doing is guessing how much clad that is. This is what was left from the videos that I was never able to do because I lost the SIM card for my GoPro. So I never got to make the videos that had all these things in. This is pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. There are no 50-cent pieces in it, I will tell you that. I did find a 50-cent piece, but it was not clad. It was a 1964, so it was silver. This is just clad, but that doesn't really matter on the count. We're just guessing how much money is in here. If I went down and dumped it in Coinstar, what would I get? But there's a little of everything in there. And like I said, I will have better photos in the actual comment video. And I'm just going to let that contest run until the end of November, because I do have a couple of different medical procedures that I have to do. And I thought, okay, we'll just run the contest till the end of the month. By then I'll be better and I will be able to we'll be able to do the contest. Oops, here's some more of those pennies that we were just looking at that did not get back in the bag. So let's try and put them back where they belong. And yeah, right now I can't even see your number, James. I can barely see the screen. I am doing this show with my 1/2 eye that I can only see out of the bottom half of. The other half has a bandage over it right now. So it's a little, I'm doing the best I can. But like last night, I got a phone call, and I can usually read the phone numbers on my phone screen pretty well, and I could not read it at all. And I'm like, who is this? and the person who it is is in the room right now, so he's probably laughing. But I was like, who is this? So right now, I just can't see very well. But the end result is going to be that I will have near 20/20 out of my left eye, so that when they start the IgG4 treatments, I won't be completely unable to see. I will have one eye that I can see. Yeah, I have it. I found it in my email, James, today, because I had my aide here, and I had her going through my emails with me, and I said, I'm looking for this, you know, this person's phone number, this person's address, you know, things like that, uh, because I couldn't see to read them. And so I was able to rescue some things, and I had her write them down in a notebook for me so that I would be able to find them. Because right now, it's like I'm almost afraid when she leaves that I'm going to fall over something, or you know, something's going to happen. I'm not going to see something and I'm going to step on it, or you know, it's kind of a scary deal when you can't. You know, I have a good friend. I have a friend down in Florida, and he's blind. He went to the blind school in St. Augustine, and now I understand how he must feel. You know, about like possibly stepping on something or falling over something, or you know, I never really realized before how weird it is. But I had her go in there and write a bunch of these numbers down in a notebook for me, because I can't read them. I'm looking for a name here. I hope I find it. Yeah. If anybody sees John Lasinski in any of the channels, please tell him to contact me so I can explain to him why he received M3's catnip mouse. Because I'm sure he's like, who the heck sent me cat toys? Oh my goodness. And M3 wants his cat toys back. So I'm going to have to send John some postage money to recover M3's cat toys. Oh my. But what was really weird about it, this was an Amazon thing, and I kept trying to change the address back to my address as the default, and it wouldn't change it. I spent hours dealing with Amazon, and finally I told this one person in chat, I said, hey, look, do this. Here's my phone number. Have someone call me, because I can't read this chat thing. With my eye being the way it was, I couldn't read what they were trying to tell me. So I finally got somebody on there that called me back, and they couldn't even get it to switch my address back. It took an hour and a half, 2 hours. We had to completely delete every address that I had under my Amazon account, which, because I had like my street address and my post office address and my brother's, because I send things there sometimes, and vice versa. He sends things to me. But we had to take all the addresses out and put them all back in one at a time, and finally got it to work. So hopefully things will quit going to Colorado. Oh my goodness, it was a mess. So anyway, because I have overdone it terribly on my eye, because I wasn't supposed to be watching that thing Friday night. I didn't get home until Thursday night, and I really wasn't supposed to be on here watching all that stuff. But I thought, oh, it's not going to be that long. It's only going to be like an hour or so I'm going to watch it. Well, it was 12:30 in the morning, I think, before it ended, and I was still watching it. I had so much fun. Excuse me, if you have not been in Million Dollar Meg's channel, I strongly urge you to go there because it is really fun. Wow, I only have 3 people left watching me. That's a shame. I had more people watching me in somebody else's channel. Oh, well, I'm going to go since I only have 3 people. I also urge you all to help Adam, the nurse, with the thing they're doing on Can's channel on Saturday, the fundraiser over there. I will attempt to be a part of it. It depends on where I'm at with my eye. But so anyway, we did have a little lesson tonight on money. We actually did. Last couple of times I really haven't done much on money, but this time we did.
Penny, penny, penny.
Thank you, Sheldon. We actually did do some penny, penny, penny. And I've got someone that's gonna come and
penny, penny, penny.
Oh, shut up, Sheldon. I have someone that's gonna come Wednesday and take me to the bank. So I'm gonna try to get us some coinage to work with. And we will work on that next week. Tonight they are going, let me put that up there. I can read it better when it's on this background. Tonight they're going to be doing some races and stuff to raise money to cover the shipping. It was over $1,000 last year. Yeah, I remember that. I think I threw $5 at it because that was all I had at the time. But yeah, it takes a lot of money to send out all the shipping on those big events. My regulars are familiar with me doing my 12 days of Christmas thing every year, and I've had where it was $500 and $600 just to do the 12 days of Christmas and Epiphany celebration thing, and being on Social Security, and that I'm gonna do one this year, I think, but it's not gonna be as big. It's gonna be a much smaller event because of the move and the health thing, but I'm not gonna just cancel it if I don't have to. I don't want to go that route. But yeah, um, if I can get my eye rested up just a little bit, I'll try and come over there. Uh, Cash Money's channel, okay. Does somebody have the link to that, please? I'm a little bit short on uh, mods right now. I've got one that's taking a break from YouTube, and I had one that passed away, and one that got a new job, and one that's in the middle of moving. So right now I'm like 4 mods short, and got a bad eye. So if I have a mod in here that can go find the channel where they're doing that tonight, I will. Or if I can get over here, maybe I can get over here and make Adam, turn Adam into a mod, and he can post it. Uh, there's Adam. I have to go over to YouTube to do that. I can't do it from StreamYard. I don't like that, but you know, I've got it in here. There we go. Okay, that should give Adam a wrench so he can post the link that we need to get over there to where they're raising the money for the postage part. I can't see. Uh, there we go. See if we can get a linky dink. And that way I can send y'all over there while I go take my meds and do all that. I was so tired after that race the other night. I haven't caught up yet. Dougie! How you doing, sweetheart? One of my favorite peoples. Mr. Doug Harding. I guess you're out of YouTube jail. So far, I don't think I've ever gotten thrown in YouTube jail or Facebook jail. I'm surprised. Truly, I am. I'm surprised they haven't thrown me in the real clinker for some of the stuff I've said online over the years. But so far, I'm good. So yeah, I do have to make the new video tomorrow, and by then I will have decided for sure what the prize for that contest is going to be. And I want to see if I can do something, get away with it here. I'm going to try. Because I don't want to be on camera. But look at that cat. He is sprawled in front of the heater. He calls that his heating box. That's an M3 heating box. Doesn't he look comfortable? Oh, look at him. Uh-oh. Yep, he caught Mama with the camera. What you doing, Emin? Eminem, say hi, everybody. Tell everybody thank you for being nice to Mama. Yeah, there he is. There's the king of cats, all 15 pounds of him. He's a good kitty man. Yes, he is. He's a good kitty man. There he is. Hi, bud. You on the TV. Look at that. Oh, then Mark is back. Good. Maybe he'll show up back over here and help me out. I need to message him. Yep, there's the boy. M3 Meow Kitty Mans. Yep, yep, yep. Yesterday it was funny. I turned around and looked and he was laying there on the scale, weighing himself. He was 15.3 pounds. 15 pounds, 3 ounces. Yeah, there's the kitty mans. Yep. I guess Adam must have already left. So let me see if I can find cash money. I'll put this camera back down. Say goodbye, M3. Bye-bye. All right. Now, see if I can get over here. Okay. I think if I go on Adams, or cans. Yeah, it's probably easier to find cans. I hate trying to find people's channels. They make it so hard. They really do. They make it so hard for you to find other people's channels. Scrolling through mine. Okay, I found cans. But I thought I had cash money on mine too. But let me go over to cans. And look under his channel list and see if maybe I can spot it there, but I don't see it there either. So I know one more place I can look that's not a hard one to find. Let's go look under $1 Million Meg's bunch. Under her channel subscribers. Not so far. But she's got a lot. It'll take me a minute to look through there. Oh, yeah, that's somebody I need to email too. Sorry. Oh, I found it. I found it. That was a good idea. Got it. I got it. There you go. That's where they're going to be uh, gathering the money to mail out the things from the auction on cans. So I guess they're having fun and games over at Cash Money tonight. So there you go. And why I started giggling was while I was going through $1,000,000 Meg's list. Every time I see the sticker emoji thing for juice, I crack up. That is one funny dude. That is one funny dude. But yeah, okay, we got cash there now. So now y'all can get to him and tell him I sent you. And I've been on here for an hour and a half, so my doctor will be yelling at me if I don't get some rest. Let me see if I can get this link here. This is on Cash Monies, and it is the benefit auction preview. It's just a short. Uh, so you can go check that out. And I am going to go check out the inside of my eyelids after I take my meds. But I appreciate everybody coming. Like I said, I will be able to get some. I have transportation to the bank, so I will either get us some quarters, some nickels, or some pennies. So we'll have some coins to work with for a couple weeks. And of course, we still have all these pennies here that, like, I have this container, it just says 1960s. I don't know what's in it other than it says 1960s. So there you have it, folks. I'm gonna go, and when y'all get over there, please tell them I sent you. And I wish I could participate more, but until my eyes heal up a little bit, I've really got to be careful, or I can do some permanent damage. We don't want that to happen. So, on that note, M3 and I say good night to everybody. Have a good one. Have some fun over there. Win some good stuff. Bye bye.